So, yesterday evening we received some exciting news from the developers over at Tailworlds after all the hints we got over the past week or so. For those of you who, like me, tuned into the Future Games show last night, the spring showcase that is, you saw a trailer announcing a new major DLC for Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. Yes, you are correct. The game many of us thought was left to the grim fate of having been abandoned, now seemingly looking to be revived after what some creators or players would call a drought. Hungry for some content, and more importantly, communication and information coming from Tailworlds. Now it's not to say this news is all hype, because I have seen mixed reactions to the announcement from the player base, but I think in order to get a fair view on things, before you drop your essay-long comment down below, we'll have a look at all that was announced. So without further ado, let's go check out the trailer and the plans that come with it. Sail the high seas, lead mighty fleets, and forge your legacy in War Sails, the epic single-player expansion for Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, expected to arrive on PC and consoles on the 17th of June 2025. So the trailer makes no secret of what it will bring to Bannerlord, which is in fact naval warfare, allowing you to command and customize your own fleet, engage in sea battles, introducing new mechanics, territories and challenges that come with that kind of life. I say territories because yes, a new faction will be added in the form of the Northern Kingdom, home of the legendary seafarers and masters of close quarters combat. The Nords, which obviously brings with it an extension of the hairstyles, beard and tattoos that you can choose from to further customize your character. Now adding an extra seafaring faction means Calradia has been reimagined with a northern region, a settled island, coastal waters and open seas. Since there was no naval warfare in the base game, only battles on land, this DLC will bring some new mechanics along with it, introducing a unique and immersive naval warfare system that has been inspired by accounts of actual medieval sea battles. So captains can seize opportunities by boarding ships that are already engaged, they can prepare for an incoming attack by creating this floating fortress, or by taking a risk tying down several enemies at once. You will be able to ram enemy ships to sink them, or by virtue of the impact at least throw a few men overboard, shatter oars and compromise the vessel. Shooting arrows with your bow or using the ballista or other siege engines to tear through their sails and hull will also further cripple the ship's mobility. The dynamic weather system was also refined to include storms and trade winds, meaning that this will also have an effect on the mobility of your ships. The naval system, along with this new Nordic faction integrated into Bannerlord's world, will obviously impact and reshape trade, warfare and diplomacy. For example, ship production and new trade goods adding regional variety, with coastal towns benefiting from this the most and growing rich from it. That is, if they can fend off pirates or naval invasions. You can now also siege a coastal town and set up a blockade if you want to stop supplies and reinforcements from arriving overseas. Now I mentioned earlier on that this DLC will allow you to customize your own fleet. You will in fact be able to choose from 18 ship types modeled after historical vessels. Each ship will have a unique handling shaped by the realistic wind and wave physics that come with this expansion. You will be able to customize them with siege engines, cargo holds, the sails, rams on the front and more, with shipyards in towns building and providing stock vessels based on that particular town's culture and development. Next to that, you will also be able to capture ships in battle. In addition to the new hairstyles, beards and tattoos, 3 nautical skills will be added that enhance navigation, tactics and stewardship. Next to that, there will also be many new items including spears, swords, axes, shields and types of armor. Troop trees will now also include troops that are more effective at sea warfare, with new companions having been added as well with maritime backgrounds. I will list the full article itself, which goes into more detail on what is being added to the game, like a new questline for example, new Mediterranean and Nordic-inspired musical tracks and sound effects that fit with this DLC focusing on naval warfare. The good news is that we've also been given a general update on Bannerlord, the base game that is, and the developers' plans, which included a more story-driven DLC that they were working on, but which they cancelled because it didn't meet their standards of quality, which I can imagine is part of the reason that they were so quiet all this time. So they will be repurposing the new gameplay mechanics from this cancelled project, and they will use it as content for the base game. Now, what does this mean? Well, we will see the introduction of a stealth system that will allow you to infiltrate dungeons and hideouts, rescue prisoners, and dispatch of the enemy without ever raising alarms. This comes with a new mechanic where the AI will now detect sound and motion with various levels of cautiousness before it becomes fully alerted to your presence. So you will have to be careful on your position, your movement using the high ground, the darkness of the night, and natural cover to be able to sneak successfully and achieve your goals. But you can also use other stealth tactics like distractions or concealing corpses to your advantage. One of the features I really like that they're working on for the base game is the trade system, so you can better develop your character. They're actually planning to include a feature that will prompt you with random events during your journeys. So in a way, this does not just offer a new path for you to further develop your character, but it adds a bit more life to the world of Calradia, which I think is pretty neat. Alongside all these features, they're working on a variety of AI enhancements, improved pathfinding, improved accuracy against moving targets, new weapon types like slings, and more importantly for the modders among you, a number of adjustments to support your projects, making modding even more accessible, including allowing you to attack whilst crouched. This is in particular interesting for the mods using guns. And next to that, a lot of other things, which again, I'll link the article which I got this information from in the video description down below. Go check it out, I'd say. And with that, I'm fairly interested with what you guys think of all this news. Let me know in the comments down below. And with that having said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.